Hello, I'm Tim Knops with the Timothy Institute of Evangelism. Welcome to the Evangelistic Block Party Trailer Training. During our time together, we're going to be looking at how to set up the trailer's contents, host a party, and then put everything back into the trailer where it belongs. But most of all, we will be talking about how to use the Evangelistic Block Party Trailer as an outreach tool that will help you to tell people about Jesus. The trailer itself is 6 feet wide, 12 feet long, and just under 10 feet tall. It attaches to a 2-inch ball and has a 4-prong electrical connection. We tried to keep the trailer light enough that almost anyone can tow the trailer with a standard pickup or van. The trailer weight is around 3,000 pounds, so be sure your trailer hitch is rated accordingly. It has a swinging door on the side and a ramp door in the back. Inside the trailer are shelves on both sides and in the front. There are big dots on the floor and walls where the various items go. It takes 6 people about 30 minutes to unload and set everything up in the trailer, and about the same amount of time to put everything back into place. It takes 15 people to man all the various elements within the trailer, leaving the rest of the team to mingle or to go out into the neighborhood and invite people to come and party. And of course, it's everybody's job to share the gospel as they have opportunity. Remember, the trailer is not just a party in a box, but a witness wagon on wheels so that you can tell people about Jesus. When you do an evangelistic event to reach the neighborhood, you may want to follow this simple outline. Just remember the first 7 letters of the alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A stands for attract attention. No one will come to your party unless they know you're there, and they won't hear the message unless you have their attention. I found that there are only 5 ways to attract people's attention, and that's using the 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. That's 3 S's and 2 T's: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Sight. In the trailer is a 14-foot tall bounce house along with a smaller bounce house that is more than 7 feet tall, each with bright primary colors. There's also 4 canopies that are more than 10 feet tall with bright canopy tops that you can see for about a half a mile. And when you consider the flyers that you have distributed through the neighborhood before the party has ever began, everyone in the community knows what you're doing just by what they see. Sound. The trailer also has a portable sound system. It includes not only the amplifier, 2 speakers, stands, and microphone. It also includes a boombox radio that plays CDs, cassette tapes, and even has a mini jack so that you can hook up an MP3 player or a smartphone. Play whatever music is appropriate for your surroundings and get the party started. One thing to remember though, the music should never be so loud that people can't mingle and share without having to shout over one another. And keep the music going throughout the party, for once the music stops, the party's over. Smell. Have you ever driven by a barbecue joint in midsummer and got hit by kind of a drive-by whiffing? And how many of you have actually turned the car around to go pick up a bag of ribs? In the block party trailer is a large grill and a popcorn machine that can produce aromas that will match that from any barbecue joint. Speaking of grills, taste. Surely you have a grill master in your church who can make chicken dance with delight. And not only does the trailer have a popcorn machine for a salty snack, it also has a snow cone machine that makes almost any kid smile no matter how old they are. Things that taste good make for a great party. Touch. There are carnival games in the trailer along with table games for everyone to enjoy. As you host a block party, make sure that people have things that they can touch and take home with them, like prizes, gifts, church flyers, and witnessing tracts that they can read at home. In essence, inundate their senses with all kinds of good things, for a good party attracts attention. But how do we get from hot dogs to heaven? We, build a bridge. The party is just the catalyst. The real power comes while sharing. As you plan and host the party, make sure you have methods of creating opportunities to share the gospel. Mingle in the crowd and get to know the guest, and when you come across an occasion to speak about the church, don't be afraid to speak up. It's not uncommon for someone to ask, who's hosting this party? And it's simple to say, it's the church over on 5th Street. And let's face it, if you can't talk about Jesus after you've talked about your church, you may need to start looking for a new church. Build a bridge so that you can communicate Christ. That's what it's all about, sharing the greatest news that the world has ever heard. Of course, there are many ways of sharing. Handing out tracts that everyone can take home with them, talking one-on-one and sharing a gospel pamphlet at the party, or maybe using a marked New Testament You can have puppet teams share the gospel during their performance, or how about the pastor taking the microphone and doing a short "Welcome to the Party" speech, and at the same time sharing a brief gospel presentation. There are many ways to share the gospel at a block party. Just find the method that works for you and share. And then D, determine a decision. Don't be afraid to ask, would you like to? Would you like to get a bite to eat with me? Would you like to play a game of dominoes? Would you like to meet my Sunday school teacher? Would you like to come to church with me on Sunday? Would you like to get some more information about our vacation Bible school that starts in a few weeks? Would you like to hear the greatest story ever told? Would you like to get to know Jesus? It's been said, you have not because you ask not, so just ask. And even though you may have some people who say, no, not now, you may be surprised at how many people will say, yes. E stands for evaluate the event. Not only when the event is over, but also as you plan and during the event itself. If you're going over budget, ask yourself, have we reached the point of diminishing return? Do we really need a 60-piece orchestra? And if during the party, if you plan for 150 people and you have 300 people show up, what do you do about the grilled chicken? Some will say, cut it in half. Others say, well, let's go get some more. Evaluate and act accordingly. Are church members meeting the community? Are they sharing the gospel? If you see a bundle of deacons standing around shooting the bovine, break them up and get them mingling with the guest. After you have attracted attention, built a bridge to communicate Christ, you've determined a decision and evaluated the event, you must now F, follow up faithfully. Before you even start the party, make sure you have a plan in place to follow up. Have a letter already written on your computer saying something like, thanks for attending the recent neighborhood block party. We'd like to get to know you better. And then give them additional information about your church services or special events like Vacation Bible School or holiday celebrations. And for those that have responded to the gospel at the block party, be sure to get them involved with the local church and follow up in baptism. The work doesn't end when the ramp door goes up on the trailer. You still need to follow up faithfully. The G stands for glorify God. If you don't do the party in a way that glorifies God, then don't do the party at all. Don't go halfway and stop short. Do it right. Do it with joy. Don't try to sidestep the legal issues of your community like getting permission or permits. Follow the health department's guidelines and don't avoid the safety issues. Don't get angry if things don't go as planned. Take time to pray before, during, and after. Smile and think of it this way. If you think the party's going good now, you should hear the angels rejoice every time someone comes to Christ. Glorify God and trust me, the party will be an amazing success. Now what was that outline again? Attract attention using the 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Build a bridge. Communicate Christ. Determine a decision. Evaluate the event. Follow up faithfully. And glorify God. Do these things and you will have made good use of the Evangelistic Block Party Trailer.